My name is John Royal from the Center for Health and Harmony, the home of four-dimensional healing. And today I want to talk about one of the modalities we practice here, which is called unlimited breath. But first I want to give you a little background because I've talked about it on other videos you can look at and learn more about four-dimensional healing, but briefly I want to recap those. The first level when I talk about four-dimensional healing is physical. And that's because we experience the world in a physical way. We can touch it, we can smell it, feel it, all those sort of things. And that's where we experience most of our disease processes on the physical level. The second level we're talking about is emotions. And emotions are happy, sad, angry, all those sorts of things. The third way we experience the world is mentally. We have thoughts and beliefs. And the fourth way we experience the world is spiritually, how we're connected to the divine as we experience that. So unlimited breath is very effective at working with all four of those levels, and I want to explain that in a little more detail. When I say I do breath work with people, most people look at me and go, I breathe all the time, what are you talking about? Breath work. And they kind of dismiss it, but it's extraordinarily powerful. It's been around for thousands of years, and now with current psychology we've been able to combine some understandings of developmental patterns with the breath work and have a tremendous impact on people's lives. The first way that we're dealing with unlimited breath is understanding that 70% of the toxins in our body are released through the breath. Now that may seem like a large number to you. You think about, oh, I sweat, I go to the bathroom. But the reality is you're breathing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And every time you're exhaling, you're getting rid of toxins. If you also think about it, when you are most stressed, that's probably when you're breathing the least. And so people tend to store a lot of toxins at the time they're creating the most. And so one of the things that happens with unlimited breath, we have you lay down on the massage table, you're fully clothed, and I teach you a breathing pattern, and you're going to do that breathing pattern for about an hour. What's going to happen in that breathing pattern is you're going to get a lot more oxygen than you consume. And so it's kind of like power flushing a radiator in a car. It goes through and cleans out a lot of those toxins and just helps your body feel cleaner and clearer. But while you're doing that, one of the other interesting things about breath is that it works, it's something we can do consciously and unconsciously. I don't have to remind you to breathe to keep you alive. You're doing that automatically. Your body takes care of that on a subconscious level or unconscious level. But at the same time, I can say, take a deep breath, and you can go like that and just do that. So it's very nice in that in working with the breath in this pattern, oftentimes what will happen is you will start connecting into subconscious thought patterns. Now, why is that important? It's important for a couple of reasons. One thing that psychology has taught us is that about 70% of learning happens before age 5. Now that seems like an incredible amount of learning, but you start out with virtually nothing. And by the time you're 5, you're forming thoughts, you're having conversations, you're moving, running, jumping, skipping, all those sort of things. All that is learned behavior that wasn't there when you came onto the planet. And the important thing is that if you are learning things at those ages, you don't have any context in which to make a lot of important decisions. All you have to do is remember back to the old TV show, Kids Say the Darndest Things, and it was great to hear their answers about things when you'd hear a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old give you an answer and you thought, wow, that's really wonderful, but it has nothing to do with reality. Well, you were making decisions about who you are in the world, how safe it is in the world, what you're capable of and all that sort of stuff at those times, but you don't have any comparison to know whether that's real or not. Whatever you grew up with and whatever you experienced was normal for you, and even though it could have been very traumatic. So one of the things that we're doing with unlimited breath is we're getting into the subconscious mind. And another reason that's important is that when you are trying to create the world the way you want it to go, say, I want result A. And you keep trying to do that, but you keep getting result B, and you can't go, I can't figure out why I get result B, because I keep saying I want to do result A. And you try harder, and you try harder, and you can't figure out. And it's not because you're stupid, and it's not because you're not committed to it. It's because there is a subconscious pattern which is stronger than the conscious pattern that you're trying to implement. So with unlimited breath, one of the things we can accomplish lots of times is we can catch a subconscious thought pattern. And if we catch that pattern, we can release that pattern and now make conscious choices that are better. The other thing that happens in the process is sometimes we're just going to feel an emotion going through from a trauma that we don't even know what it is. And it's not important to know what it is. It's kind of like taking the garbage out to the curb every week. I don't have to know what's in it, and I remember what's in it. I just want them to haul it off. So you may experience sadness, you may experience anger, you may experience delight, and it's not important what those are necessarily. It's a matter of, do we clean them out and have our system clear so that we consciously are creating what we want to do on that level. The fourth way we connect in terms of unlimited breath is with the area of spirit. Now, in the Eastern traditions, they would teach that chi or prana come in on the breath. In the Western traditions, the Bible says that God breathed life into man. So the first thing that happens when you come out is you start to breathe. The last thing that happens before you leave the planet is you stop breathing. So breath is very much directly connected to spirit. And one of the things that will often happen in this process is you will feel very calm, very centered, very, spiritual is the nicest way I can describe it. It's a very blissful state that happens sometimes when you're doing the breath work. So it's an extraordinarily powerful technique we use for all kinds of things, from traditional health issues when we're looking for what are the causal levels, as well as issues in our lives which aren't creating what we want to create in our life. Thank you for spending this time with me.